Chapter 21, The Arrangement. The garage door closed behind us, and I stopped Jacob from opening the door. Before we do this, we need to air all this out and make some ground rules. I'm not spending the next week walking on eggshells. Squinting at Jacob, Logan shook his head. We worked everything out already, didn't we? It had to be a hard pill to swallow that he had to accept whatever scraps his older brother gave him. Knowing that his ability to be with me also rested on Logan's shoulders must have sucked. I don't blame Jacob now for the choices he made. Yeah, everything's fine. I put my hand on Logan's to get his attention. He wanted nothing more from me than to fall in line and not question him, but that's not me. How's that going to work? My eyes motioned to Jacob. I don't want any misunderstandings or hard feelings. He closed his hand around mine as he shook his head. This is a reset, a fresh start. All that's squashed. We worked everything out and there won't be any drama with us. His finger flipped back and forth between them. The first night it's all of us, and when it's all of us, it's in your room. My room is for you and me. Jacob's room is for the two of you. When I rolled my eyes and scoffed a laugh at how easy he made it sound, he shrugged. Our parents have been doing it that way all our lives and never had a problem. It must have been how my lips curled up as I tossed the idea around, but he laid his hand on his chest, sounding damn near believable. All I can do is say I'll try my best. I want this to work. Leaning toward me, Jacob whispered in my ear, I think he means it. I could tell from the look in his eyes that he did, but I knew he'd never be able to keep his word. I left a trail of expensive designer breadcrumbs behind me as I walked out of my shoes and dropped my necklaces and bracelets to the floor on my way upstairs. And like the dogs they were, they whimpered as they followed me. As I figured he would, Logan was the first to crawl into the bed above me, rubbing his forehead against my cheek as he slid his cock through my wetness. I expected he would tear me apart, giving me a brutal fuck that would intimidate the man waiting in the chair behind him. Instead, I caught the man who plotted our escape in the car, the desperate wolf who craved freedom from his duties and wanted me all to himself. He took his time loving me, and I didn't hate it. Rolling into me like a belly dancer, his slow thrust came at me from every direction as he smushed me against him, making sure I had nowhere else to go for comfort. But from complete ecstasy to crushing regret, he collapsed into my neck once he sank his load in me. Remember what I told you in that field? I curled his hair around my fingers and nodded. His lips pressed into my cheek, whispering just loud enough that his brother would catch every word as he backed away from me. I'll always love you more. Jacob never quite took Logan seriously, and he twisted his face at him as he laughed through his nose and crawled up over me. Don't listen to him. Like he knew I'd seek Logan out, Jacob guided me to my hands and knees facing away from him. Jiggling my ass with his playful smacks, he swayed back and forth to get himself into position. He might love you louder, but I'll love you better every single time. His fingers wove through my hair as his other hand squeezed my hip when he pushed himself inside me. Just like this. It didn't matter that Logan was a few feet away, analyzing every ooh and ah coming from my mouth to determine if it was louder than the ones I gave him. Jacob may have been second best to his brother and everything else in the world, but Jacob knew how to lay pipe as well as any man I ever had, and I let him know it. Blowing my mind entirely, he beat me into submission with his hard, quick thrust until his cum coated my backside and drizzled down my crack. Instead of stealing my will to live as Logan did, Jacob was a shot of life to me. I was ready for more of everything they had to offer, but when I turned over to bring him back to me, the door was open and Logan was gone. The fairy tale he promised me and himself was over, and I sighed at the dark hallway as I fell to my back beside Jacob. That didn't last long. His fingers flung up from his chest as he caught his breath. He means what he says about making this work. His pride just hasn't caught up yet. I rolled my head toward him and kissed his shoulder, and he pushed himself up on his elbow to turn over. Anyhow, I only care about what's happening between you and me right now. His fingers pulled the hair away from my face. Thank you for staying. I know you got a big shiny world waiting on you back home, and that your being here right now is a blessing. He nodded as he relaxed beside me on the pillow. I understand how lucky I am. I didn't want to nurture the hope in Jacob or the jealousy in Logan. So instead of having those deep soul-searching conversations people had in the dark, I went to sleep. And I'd regret that forever. Thank you for listening. If you'd like to continue the story, you can find the next chapter right here on the channel. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next installment. And if you enjoyed the story, leaving a like or a comment really helps the channel grow. If you'd like to support the book directly, you can also leave a review on Amazon. I truly appreciate it.